Alrighty guys, looks like we got some ice. Let's see what the temperature is here. I can see my breast, so obviously it's cool. So I got everything out here. I managed to get this out and the charge controller all in one piece without the clamps falling off and me losing power to the charge controller. So before I hook up the solar up, I want to check everything again. Battery's still 13.1 volts. It says it's this thing sticking out the top is a temperature probe. It says it's 18 Celsius out here. Just want to make sure nothing really matters except your on-off. So off, the battery at 14 volts, good. And 11 volts is the low cutoff. That's still good. So leave it and it'll return to the main screen when you don't hit any buttons. There it goes. So, and it gives you a nice smiley face for your battery. Now I haven't hooked up the solar panel again. I have the connections there. The sun is just coming up over the, here's my hand. I don't want to shoot the sun, but there it is. As you can see, it's getting above the chemtrail clouds that they've been spraying. They've been spraying heavily today. I'm sure they're just enjoying themselves, using our money to do so. But anyway, I'm gonna hook the solar panel until the sun gets over here. I can also put the solar panel out in the yard where the sun is, just to speed things up. So I think I'll do that. I think my wires are long enough. Let's see. The sun's blaring me in the eyes over here, so obviously it's gonna work. And this is temporary, guys. So I don't think the solar panel's that wide. It's pretty ghetto, I gotta admit, guys. Pretty ghetto. But like I say, I'm doing this for somebody asked in the Facebook group if they could make an affordable little off-grid solar power pack system, and there goes my charge controller. Jeez. Yeah, the nice thing about these wires, they like to coil back up on themselves. Let's see, no reading yet. I'm gonna carefully get this out here without, because I can't hold two things at once. Really pain. The charge controller is gonna fall off the friggin' give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna unravel some wires. We gotta wrap. Where are you at? There you go. It'd be helpful if the charge controller was mounted, so it wouldn't move when I don't want it to. I'm gonna kind of stretch these wires out, flip you guys around again. Sorry about this. There. Wires seem to like to coil back onto themselves, and it's kind of a pain. Alright, come on. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just kind of stretching the wires out so we can get some stuff going here for you. I can even stand it up like this. That'll work. Getting shadow from the wire. You don't want to shade it too much. There. Once the sun gets up here though, it should go. Alright, now we have juice coming in. Whoa, sorry. See that, guys? That arrow? It is charging the battery via the sun. 13.8 volts already. God, it's gonna hit 14 right away and quit. That's how fast this thing charges this battery pack. .1 volt. Okay, one of my solar panels is going to town on this battery pack. Now, at 14 volts, this should have stopped feeding the battery, and I don't know why it's continuously going, but we are working. It is working. I'll zoom out a bit. And that's just with one of my 100 watt solar panels, guys. Positioned ghetto-ly, if that's a term. And it is happily charging the battery. And I think this flashing, see how it's a solid flash now? It is now limiting the battery. Okay, so this charged this battery up in no friggin' time compared to the trickle charge off the main power supply. No 50 hours of charging here. So right now, as it's flashing there, notice how it's not a bar like it was doing. That means it's limiting the power going in to the battery, which is a good thing. So pretty insane. So right now I could hook something up that's 12 volts and run it, or just run off the USB device or 12 volt right there, and it would run perfectly fine. Now let's see. Let me turn the lights on the unit here and see what happens. So I'm going to position you guys so you can kind of see the display. The lights won't show up, but this is the button for the lights. So I'm going to turn a load on. Actually, I'll do the status button first. 14.3 it matches that pretty well, so that's good. So I'll turn the lights on. Now we have a load on the battery, other than the charge controller, and we'll see if our charger starts to go down, which it may, maybe not, because the load that I'm running, which is the 2 lights, those marine lights that are on now, are not pulling enough to do anything. Now if I turn the compressor on, I bet it would. Should we dare try it, guys? I think so. I'm going to turn that noisy air compressor on in the back. So let me shut these lights off. Okay, they're off. I'm going to turn the compressor on, and it's going to be noisy and loud, and we'll see. I'll keep you focused on the charge controller view screen, and you guys let me know what happens. There we go, now it's taking a charge. You can see the bars going 1, 2, 3. So now it's giving the battery some power. So, and you see the voltage going down because this compressor probably takes a lot of amps. So I'm going to shut that off. Noisy. And then now it's going to charge the battery up again. See how it's doing bar, 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 and not just the solid flashing. So it's not limiting it yet, but it will. And now, now it's limiting it. It didn't take too much to bring it back up. Okay. So it's keeping it around 14.3, which is good. And the battery's happy. And all that fun stuff. So now, guys, with my birthday present, the power pack, with my charge controller and my solar panel, which when I bought 2 solar panels, it came with the wiring and the charge controller right there. And I got a sweet deal on those. So right now I'm getting juice. So I can run anything because I'm getting I'm getting full sun. Sorry about that. And other than that heavy duty compressor that was sucking the voltage down quite a bit, I can run pretty much a TV, radio, whatever. Now the person who asked on the Facebook group wanted a coffee maker to work because they had a power outage and their coffee machine wouldn't work for them. I would be highly skeptical if there's a coffee machine out there that would run on this exact setup, because they draw a lot of power. However, what I would use this for your house, emergency backup. Let's say the hydro goes out for a week. Guess what? You have a solar panel, you set it up like mine in your backyard, and you hook everything up like I showed you for wiring. You have a charge controller like this or similar. You're good to go. You can basically run an extension cord off of this guy, or what you do at nighttime, disconnect the alligator clips and shut the back switch off, which kills the power to the charge controller, of course. At nighttime, bring the power pack in, run some TVs or something at nighttime, lighting, whatever, fans, whatever, and then in the daytime, just do it like I'm doing. Run an extension cord to the inverter right here into the house, and you're good to go. You don't want to kind of keep the battery outside because it does get cool, and batteries don't like the cold very much. So for nighttime use, bring it in. Lay your panel down flat in the nighttime so it doesn't get blown over or anything like that in the crazy weather we get, and then go from there. But this is pretty nice, guys, I gotta admit. My first solar panel setup, Unfortunately, not at the tiny house, because the city decided to screw me and is highly against people getting self-sufficient and off the grid. So, what can I say? Oh, by the way, this guy was, he was not full. I charged this very camera on him and Primo's power pack before I started putting power into this guy. So he wasn't fully dead, but I should do a test where he fully gets low, and then do this again with the solar panel, which I will probably do. So I'll probably bring this guy in now and use him up, and then tomorrow, if I'm not working, I will set it up again so it'll charge and do its thing. So right now, guys, this charge controller is doing its job. It's limiting the amount of power going into that battery. So right now power is being wasted because I'm not doing anything with it. If I had a TV running, I'd have unlimited power, especially my little TV. So that just shows you off-grid's possible, affordable. I paid about, what, $200 for my birthday gift for myself. For 2 panels and a charge controller, I paid, back in the day, it was like $250 plus free shipping, which is unbelievable. That's why I bought a huge bulk order of them, 10 sets. So giving me 2 kilowatt hours total and 10 of these charge controllers. That's why people say, why do you have so many charge controllers and why aren't they MPPT? For God's sakes, guys, money doesn't grow on trees. I got a sweet deal. I got everything for about $4 grand. I got 2 kilowatt hours of solar panels, 10 charge controllers, and a whole whack of wire. And free shipping, 30-year warranty from a Canadian company here. And I think that's pretty damn good, because last year I checked it and the prices have gone up, so my investment has paid off. They're no longer $250 for that what I bought, a set, a package deal, whatever. They are now, they've gone up to like $350, I think, $100 more. So I saved quite a bit of money, and obviously they're working just fine, and will outlast me probably 30 years plus. But pretty awesome. And I just got that set up on some recycle bins, ghetto style. So since the tiny house is in limbo right now, and actually at noon hour today I'm going to have it towed to the new location where the city can't bark at me and try and screw me with fines and other things and all that fun stuff. So, but right now we're good. Solar power coming in and chemtrails in the sky. Oh boy, wonderful. They're trying to block the sun out over here, by the way. I'm not going to point the camera that way because I don't want to wreck it. But every morning they seem to just spray that area, the sunrise. And then afternoon, if the chemtrails don't hold up, they'll spray over there where the sun sets. So figure that one out. But that's it for now, guys. We have power. And hopefully this helps everybody. This is as basic as you can get set up. Now, the one thing I got to say about this inverter that's built in here, it will not run motors very well at all because it's modified sine wave. You want a pure sine wave, you can always hook a pure sine wave on top as well as these poles. You can have them hooked up to the poles and have a separate inverter for modified sine wave, which runs computers, motors, any sensitive equipment better than a mod sine wave would. If you ran a fridge or any type of motor on the modified sine wave, motors do not like it. You'll end up wrecking your appliance after a while, and you're better off buying a little small pure sine wave inverter and hooking that on if you want sensitive equipment. But for TVs and stuff, I really don't give a crap. They're cheap. I'll plug them into the inverter, I'll run it. I'll probably put a surge bar in like I did at the tiny house, and that surge bar actually has a conditioner in it, which conditions the sine wave, the mod sine wave, to make it a little bit smoother than what it is. Doesn't fix it like a pure sine wave would, but it helps. It helps curve it. So that's, and it's a surge protector, so if in case something crazy happens here, you're not blowing a TV out. But it'll still run just fine. TV, radio. I ran the Boxy Box on there, which is like a smart TV. It's basically a baby computer, and it ran just fine. It's still working fine. So pure sine wave is basically for motors, for compressors, like if you have a compressor in a fridge, motors, pumps, that sort of thing. Those things are kind of important though, so you're better to invest, add an additional pure sine wave inverter to that. Other than that, guys, what do you want me to test with this? What do you want to see? Let me know. But right now, I'm busy fighting the city, getting my stuff moved, and seeing where I go from here with the tiny house. But at least I was able to get this video out to you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one, okay? That's it for now.